everybody, welcome back to this month's Genesys Cloud unboxing video of releases. I'm Edgar Quadra. Joining me on the video today is Ryan and Alexander. Everybody.
Hello.
Hey, excellent. Alexander's has a couple. Excellent. Thanks, Alexander. All right, so let's kick it off now with March 11th week. I'm bypassing the 4th. Again, our new format is we're trying to streamline the process and kind of call out some of the main features. So we're going to start with March 11th. And what I want to discuss and what we want to discuss about today is this very first one here, automated time off approval for group agents. So it looks like the administrators can group agents into smaller groupings for WFM. Is that right, Alexander? What's your take on it?
Yes, absolutely. So we saw the kickoff of the staffing groups back in either late January or mid-February. I can't recall the exact date, but all in all, the staffing groups or the introduction of staffing groups was kind of the first step into trying to amplify the functionality that the time off management within Genesys Cloud offers, namely by being able to set up very specific time off limits for different staffing groups. And now automated time off approval is also gonna enabled or available for kind of that segment of WFM. So currently it was only setting up the limits on either a management unit level or a staffing group level, and then it would be a manual process to either approve or deny those time offs for the staffing groups. If we're talking about the staffing group level, for management units that was already automated, and right now it just got, let's say, completed, that full functionality around staffing groups. And yeah, I'm just curious to see where staffing groups will kind of lead on into the future when it comes to WFM. Honestly, a great small but big addition.
Awesome. Thanks for that. Yeah, it definitely sounds like it's going to be a good little improvement for the management there of the workforce. Okay, let's move on to Genesys Agent Assist knowledge article feedback. So this one is pretty cool, and I think it's going to help a lot more with that knowledge creation content. So for those of us that are familiar with the current feedback mechanism of the Agent Assist articles, it was just a thumbs up or thumbs down, which I think helped quite a bit at the initial launch, but obviously Genesys constantly is refining. So now what it looks like when you do want to, you can go ahead and add as an individual or as an agent in this panel when the interaction ends, is do you want to provide feedback or to that particular article that was used. So it's a pre-canned couple of questions, or one question and additional comments that an agent can feedback to the I don't even know what that role would be, knowledge master, I don't know. But the person that's managing these particular knowledge bases for your organization would get that feedback and they can apply it, which I think is pretty cool. What do you guys think?
I think this is really nice. Being able to provide a little bit more feedback on these knowledge articles is definitely going to help refine the process and help provide a little bit more context to whether or not the knowledge article is useful. So it definitely fleshes out the knowledge bases and the knowledge assistance quite a bit more.
Nice. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, obviously AI is big this year and has been. So seeing these gradual improvements, it's not necessarily machine learning, but giving that feedback and making this whole system kind of work more efficiently. It's greatly appreciated. Okay. So let's move on here. Next one here is skill-based dialing for preview and progressive campaigns. So I know skill-based outbound campaign dialing has been a requested feature for a very long time. So it's great to see that it's now being rolled out right now for preview and progressive outbound campaigns. And so what I believe, like this new feature is going to really unlock is, well, first a use case where you're assigned to an outbound campaign, and maybe a particular record has a particular skill assigned to it. Maybe it's different tiers. You have a contact list that has different tiers of users within the same campaign, and there's particular agent skilled based on those tiers. So it could get very, you can be very more effective, I think, with the campaign list and management, and better utilization of the agents up there. Do you guys have an experience or take on this particular feature?
Yeah, I haven't worked recently with outbound, but I know for a fact that skill-based outbound dialing was something that a couple of clients asked for throughout the last, let's say, I think 2 years. So I think that this is going to be a big addition to the outbound service that Genesys, or to the set of outbound functionality that Genesys offers, really. So looking forward to see how this will be implemented, really.
Cool. No, I'm in agreement too, right? Like, I'm ramping myself up on creating outbound campaigns and being more an SME on outbound. So I'm looking forward to putting this in practice, that particular feature. Okay, now let's move on to configure labels to manage interactions. So if we read it here, we can create labels now and assign them to interactions to improve the control of routing and agent utilization. Okay, so first off, in the flow, we have to assign a label and a utilization label, and from there, once that is set, then in the utilization rules, we can use those labels, I think, at a interaction level by level, to be able to give it how it's going to be utilized, or maybe it looks like looking beyond just utilization at the interaction level. We could add labels to broadly across different interaction types, right? So maybe we have a VIP customer, and in the architect, we're able to identify them as VIP, and no matter if they're chat, email, voice, apply them a utilization label, and give them. You can handle different types of VIP interactions based on the utilization rules assigned to them. Very quickly, just spitballing on how that could be used. Any comments to add there, guys?
No, like, this just seems like a really interesting one to add in, because it gives you a little bit more control over the types of interactions that your agents can handle. And so this, I think, is really one that will come down to how each organization decides to handle these labels. Is really going to open up what can be done with them.
Yeah. Very true. Okay. All right, so now let's move on now to the following week for March the 18th. Okay. And first one here, enable and disable email threading. So when an email comes into Genesys Cloud, a second email, third email from the same email type, we're able to, Genesys threads those emails together, right? So you have a nice history, concise history within the email body. Well, now we can disable that feature on and off. So I think that's a very, very nice different feature to have now. But it's also, there's this kind of hidden feature here where if the subject line changes, then that's going to create a new thread as well. So I think those two are pretty handy little features to keep in the back of mind when it comes to an email solution.
Yeah, I just think that's basically adding that additional layer of control is well, there there can be extremely different, radically different approaches and then use cases for email, right? It could be just a notification system, for example, not necessarily an email coming from a customer. So it could be almost as a work item type use case for emails, where the same system with probably the same or extremely similar subject line would be sending those kind of emails to the agents, and then they would maybe work on those cases in an outside third-party CRM, whatever. So completely disabling threading would be something that such a business would definitely need, because each interaction or each email would be a completely different conversation, and it's a fairly kind of outlierish type of use case, but still it exists, and we're seeing that with a couple of customers. So I think that this is kind of solving for their use case, really.
Yeah, I didn't think of that right, where you have automated emails going into the queue. Like, we don't want to see those previous email threads. So yeah, I like that. Excellent. All right, let's move on now to March 25th. And first one here, kind of a biggie, is conversation summarization for Agent Assist for voice. So previously, summarization was only possible for digital channels, email and chat. Well, now Genesys are now able to summarize a voice interaction between the customer and the agent. So when a conversation ends, the Agent Assist tool will go ahead and create the summary, and then the agent can go ahead and review it, copy it, put it into the notes, put it to CRM, and so forth. So that's incredibly powerful, right? Assisting the agent in summarizing the conversation, speeding up that after call work time, and overall call center performance, I believe. Obviously, there's some caveats there. There's some prerequisites. You need to have one of these license levels to unlock and start using Agent Assist, where it's all its various other uses as well. But very exciting new feature. Yeah. Email dashboard component update. So this is the overall email UI that the agent interacts with. So they're able, Genesys did a refresh on it, and I think it just comes a bit more in line with the overall design that Genesys has been going forward. So, I mean, not much to, I think, show here, but I think that they tightened up some of the way the UI looks of certain features, cleaning up the fonts, and just more in line with how the overall solution looks like, right? So you can tell some of these more the monotone kind of theme that Genesys is going with, and so forth. So just a small little UI update there for email specifically. Okay. Next, we're going to go down to gamification. So under the WEM feature set, and a new filter where previously, when points were being calculated for a particular gamification widget, it was consolidated both inbound and outbound. But now you can filter those on the direction of that interaction, inbound or outbound, and then assign points to that. 1 million points for more outbound interactions and so forth. Just an example. Don't laugh at me, Alexander. That's not my wheelhouse. But
no worries.
Yeah, nice. I think a nice little feature set there. What do you think?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I see a lot of outbound calls are not, depends on the contact center, right? But outbound calls are mostly being treated completely differently in terms of metrics and KPIs, right? There could be either like slim to no focus on, reporting on outbound calls, other than you were not on inbound calls for inbound strict contact center. But then again, we have sales contact centers that are mostly focused on outbound, and they do have some support type inbound calls. So I think that with this, you could be kind of separating your sales agents completely from your standard support agents, or even have a mixed profile that would kind of look at both inbound, well, the same metrics both for inbound and outbound kind of separately.
Yep.
In any case, I think that this is a great addition, as we're seeing more and more kind of clients going over to, and leveraging really the gamification feature that's available with GC3.
Excellent. Okay, guys. So everybody, that ends our March unboxing video of the Genesys Cloud new releases. I'm looking forward again to the next month and seeing what's there. If you have any questions, or if there's one particular that you don't have or we didn't cover, but you want more explanation on, definitely give us a call, drop a comment down on the video, and we'll get back to you and give you those answers. Any last words, Alexander, Ryan?
No, I'm looking forward to seeing how everyone uses some of these updates.
Excellent. All right.
Yeah.
And so with that, thanks everyone for stopping by and listening to our review. Don't forget to please like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, and see you next month. Goodbye.
Cheers, everybody. Bye.